All right, guys, here we go. This is going to be the third and final game here between Puma and Stephano. This time we're on Shakur's Plateau, tied up 1-1 in this best-of-3 series. Over here in the far upper right position, we have Puma as the red Terran player, and in the upper left, our pink Zerg player is Stephano. So last game, Puma, with an incredibly nice contain, was able to just keep Stephano in his main, natural, and third position, unable to break free from that. Now, what we would have really wanted to see Stephano do is use the mutas that he did have to just bypass the contain and do damage to Puma's main base. However, he was way too focused on defending his natural and his third, and for fear of leaving it vulnerable for too long, if the mutas had left that protection area, Stephano was just forced to stay there to try to defend, and again, just wasn't able to do so. Puma had him in just a very good spot, very nice positioning. We also saw Puma do something very cool, come down with some supply depots and turrets, providing some extra buffer zone for those tanks, preventing full surrounds, and hopefully triggering some Baneling fire as well. So that was absolutely phenomenal. An impressive play by Puma. Not something you can actually manage to pull off here. Contain would be much more difficult for him, but in that type of position that we saw there on Terminus RE, it certainly worked quite well. So we can see right now, actually, Stephano moving on up with that Scouting Worker. We'll be catching Puma right away and starting off, of course, with a little bit of SCV harass, forcing Puma to pull off the building of that and come on down, and this is going to delay him quite a bit. There we go, getting back to building, but that's rather unfortunate. That delayed him quite a bit. That first Rax will certainly be rather late in comparison to when it should typically be down. We will be seeing that drone trying to move on through and hopefully trying to get his way back on into that SCV and do a little bit more damage. Puma's refinery is up right now, getting that saturated. Here's a couple more shots, and Puma, will he be losing another? There's the second worker loss for Puma. We saw one earlier in another game, and I cannot believe that, not pulling off an additional SCV to save, to save that one that was under duress. Oh boy, we got a fast tech lab here for Puma. This could and it should very well be an opening Reaper into expand. That's what you basically see most often nowadays, so I would expect that Reaper to pop out as soon as this tech lab finishes, and then expect him to come out with an expansion. This allows him to get a little bit of map. It's the same idea as getting those early Hellions. It's map control and a little bit of scouting and damage. Look at that SCV, a little bugged out right there. Map control, a little bit of scouting, and trying to do a little bit of harass, and then you get that expansion right after that. So that's pretty much what I'm expecting there. Again, we can see that Reaper coming on through, so we should just keep an eye out for that expansion, because that's just most likely, but he could mix it up. He could do something else. Who knows, really? Stephano's expansion coming on through. Does have that spawning pool just about finished right now. Extractor has just popped. We'll be saturating that immediately. Will be a little while until we can afford that metabolic boost, so we'll have to just wait on that. And he's actually still sticking on the gas, so he might not be doing what I expect him to. Is he coming out with a second Reaper? He is, so Puma mixing it up just a wee bit here. Again, he's still mining that Vespian gas. If you were going straight for that expo right after that first Reaper, it's usually a good idea to pull off a couple of those guys, maybe save on one on that refinery to get that a little bit quicker. But he wanted that extra Vespian to allow himself to come out with that second Reaper. We can see that first one moving on across. That will be scouted out right now by Stephano's Overlord. Let's see how much damage he can do. He is with that SCV to help a little bit with that damage. Reaper needs to micro back away from those Zerglings. Oh my gosh, he escaped that full surround. That looked like it was a perfect surround there for Stephano, but managing to escape it with the Reaper. Very nice there by Puma. Might try to get a shot or two. He's got a Queen popping out. We'll be running towards him, and the Queen gets that final blow there. So the Queen with the kill. One Reaper has been taken out. He did do a little bit of damage, though. We'll take a look here at unit lost. Overall, unfortunately, losing that SCV plus that Reaper puts Puma a bit behind, but he does have the second Reaper, so he's got an opportunity to redeem himself. Queen is meeting him right away. Kills one worker and forced to push back. Yeah, he makes it away with his life. I was worried that that Queen would have got a second kill there, or would have been a second kill for all total Queens. It would have been this Queen's first kill. Why does any of this matter? It doesn't. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. We can see right now Stephano moving out with 6 Zerglings. He will be moving across the map, getting himself some Zelnaga vision, and actually scouting forward. He wants to see if that expansion is up yet, although we can see just finished building right now. We do have a few more racks coming out, also working his way right up into that refinery. Should be seeing that orbital command for Puma before he transfers that on over. Zerglings, again, one sitting at the tower over here. We'll be pushing out with the remaining 5. Trying to check up that ramp, see if he can spot what production building and what attachment is there, and he's also, of course, checking to see if that expo is down, but moving up, and did he catch it? Yes, he did. Moving up to the top half of that ramp, gave him vision of the high ground and allowed him to see that expo, so he's pretty much going to be seeing what he expects. With that Reaper opening, you expect to see that expansion, but it is possible for a Terran player to stick, just try to trick you, psych you out, and actually go for a one base all-in. That's certainly not an absurd notion. Now, those 2 racks, we'll be churning out Marines right now. This one coming out with Marines as well. well. We do have that stim pack coming through, and it looks like Marine Tank will be what we're seeing Puma move into. That's what's to be expected here. Coming out with that starport right now, will be working his way right into medevacs, trying to get some sort of a wall up front. We've got that depot coming down over here, as well as this bunker right now. Zerglings will be taking an opportunity here with no Marines to try to get a free SCV kill. There's the one, and then time to head back home. Not able to actually kill off that second, and ooh, pulling away a little bit from those Marines, but those Marines are just way too dangerous right now. Those Zerglings a bit outnumbered, forced to push back home. Back over here for Stephano, decent saturation at his expansion, working his way on up to that layer. Got another extractor coming through over here, also one over here as well at that expansion. Semi-wall off, again, to cut back on any movements that Hellions early game may try to do, although it doesn't look like we will be seeing Hellions from Puma at all. Making a little hot swap there. We'll be coming out double medevac, and there lands that factory as well. So just sticking right now with all of these. Oh my gosh, this Reaper with the one kill, and I can't believe that thing's still alive. That's pretty unreal. Now we do have one Overlord pushing across. Not sure how much he managed to scout. Didn't really get much of anything. Managed to just cut the corner over there. Maybe was hoping for some hidden tech. Here comes the tech lab out on that factory, so yes, it will be Marine Tank. We got those double medevacs. We could very well actually be seeing an opening here with a Marine drop, trying to do a little bit of harass. We got a Reaper moving across, looking for some hidden workers, hidden secondary scouts, and possibly, of course, expansions as well. He's moving all the way across the map, at least into that direction. Maybe he'll drop over here, and of course wants to check that third, especially given the fact that Stephano has scouted out that expansion, and Puma knows it. He should expect Stephano will be looking to get a third, and yes, that is in fact what is happening right now. So here goes that Reaper Scout. Should be spotting that sometime very soon. We do have that wall off there with all of those guys. And here comes a drop. As I expected, Puma will be moving out, trying to do a little bit of damage. He will have that stim pack finished. You can see that's just about to finish researching right now. So he'll be able to start that drop harass. And is this going to get scouted again? Oh, how many games in a row does this harass? Oh, no. The Overlord just barely missing. The Zerglings did manage to scout out that drop coming. Now we do have that Reaper trying to engage. Looks like that did get taken out by a Zergling over here. But here we go. The Marines dropping up into the main, stimming up, and they will be target firing down that spawning pool. I'm not sure if they'll kill it in this go, but it'll be weekend for any additional pushes. Let's see how much damage he can manage to do. Wedging himself in the corner, and Stephano losing that spawning pool. You can see already rebuilding one because he knew he was going to lose that. Right now, Puma will be forced to lift up too many Zerglings plus all those workers and their queens, and actually doing as much damage as they can. Unfortunately, Stephano not swinging around with those Zerglings, and oh my gosh, those Marines just tore through so many Zerglings. That was Stephano's fault there. Unfortunately, he didn't swing around with his units. He just kept his Zerglings trying to force their way in that direction. That was a big problem. He's going to lose that infestation pit as well. Oh boy, not looking good for Stephano. Losing the spawning pool, losing his infestation pit, and right now, Puma will be going for the layer. Unreal. I am not sure what Stephano has planned right now. But he's got nothing good going for him. He's been taking heavy losses. He's going to lose this layer, and there's absolutely nothing that he can do about it. We got a Viking over here sniping off some Overlords. One kill already. There's going to be that second, and Stephano losing the layer. Oh my gosh, Stephano is so far behind right now. It's going to take a miracle for him to get back in this game. Look at the resources lost. He's losing this evolution chamber before it even finishes that research. Oh boy, not looking good at all. Now keep in mind, yeah, these Marines are going to get taken care of pretty quickly with infestors in play, but look at what we've got back home. This is the thing, you know, he's been building up his army. He's got some tanks moving in the wrong direction, but besides that, he's got a vastly superior army right now to what Stephano has, and he's just done devastating amounts of damage, and I'm really not sure at all what Stephano's plan is, but I mean, he needs to do damage, but I don't see it happening. I'm thinking right now that his idea is he's going to be relying, right, wow, going to be getting a fourth kill right here for this Viking. I'm pretty sure right now Stephano's just thinking, you know, maybe if I get a few clutch fungals, I can take out a heavy amount of Marines and I'll be okay, but the probability is very slim. Nonetheless, though, we are seeing Stephano stick in this game, but it is looking like it will go to Puma. So unbelievably, after getting, unfortunately, completely worked, pardon my saying that there, but Puma got worked that first game. He won that second game pretty solid, and he's going to win this one outright. I really don't see what Stephano can do, although he's holding on hope, so I won't say it's impossible. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I know Stephano is a solid player, but right now he's just in a very tough position. Tanks on the high ground as well. Obviously, at this point, after such heavy losses, there's no way Stephano could be affording mutas, plus those infestors. We have another drop going down over here. That should get taken care of, though. We've got those infestors moving down to deal with that. Trying to rebuild his hatchery over here. And there we go, Fungal Growth's going down on the Marines. Also stopping that medevac temporarily, allowing that Queen to do a bit of damage. There's still a few more Marines, not dropping another Fungal. will just be engaging with his workers and that queen. We got a couple Zerglings. That's not happening, though. Slow push coming down here from Puma, trying to continuously break these tumors. We'll be taking out those spine crawlers with those tanks pretty easily. And there we go, Stephano lifting up and pulling back as he should. Finally, that drop gets taken care of. We got another drop going over here. Stephano should be losing that hatchery. And the push moving across the middle. And yeah, there's really no way Puma can lose this game right now. He's also moving into his third. So there you go. We have a drop coming down. That gets taken care of pretty quickly with those infestors. And one thing that we do need to see Puma do is actually take care of these infestors because he's taking some pretty heavy losses to him. But again, still, take a look at this. Way ahead right now. Stephano's just so far behind where Puma is at this moment in time. Tanks, unfortunately, just out of the range of those infestors. Those Marines do get lifted up. We got one medevac that gets lifted up over here. That gets fungled, though. That should get indefinitely fungled, and those Marines should be dead. And realizing that, trying to drop some on the low ground. This Marine drop over here continuing to do some damage. We got some slow reinforcements moving across the middle for Puma. Zerglings mopping up the rest of those Marines. Marines trying to stem up and take out that infestor. Not happening, though. Looks like those Marines were, yes, in fact, taken care of. But again, Stephano, let's take a look at the income tab, too. Just big discrepancy. Puma in a fantastic position. Moving on down, actually, we'll be getting a planetary fortress over here, so he should be feeling nice and secure in that position. Puma just trying to finally drive this victory home. It's taken him a little while to actually mop this up. He just needs to be careful again with those infestors, especially at full energy. Very scary proposition for the heavy Marine force. It really just basically have to rely on that tank fire to keep those guys at bay. We've got another drop here going to the Marine. The Stims Marines spreading out and trying to take advantage of this opportunity. Kill off a few infestors. Not target firing, though. Looks like he's paying attention elsewhere. He did manage to kill off this base over here. And there we go. Now we've got infestors and speedlings pushing forward. And there we go. Fungal growth taking out that medevac plus that queen fire. See you later. And a couple of infested Terrans. So still, Puma hasn't sealed it yet, but you know, we don't have much mining going on at all right now for Stephano. He's got this one mining base. Hasn't really bothered trying to saturate that one at all. He's just defending over here. Get that push ever encroaching right now. The tank fire and infestors. Oh, walking into tank fire. Trying to do as much damage as possible with those infested Terrans. Let's see if they can take out many of those tanks. Doesn't look like they're going to do so. Marine fire plus those tanks. Stephano saying grats. And there you go. Puma wins the last game here in this best-of-3 series. So pretty intense stuff. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this series. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thanks again, guys. There's not going to be much more else this weekend. This should probably be the last bit of StarCraft that you see until next Monday. I do take weekends off for my sanity, so enjoy your weekend as well. Go through my archives if you're looking for some more videos. Lots of content out there. We got the new demo up, and we looked at Bastion there. I've got a Let's Play of, what is that, Path of Exile that I've been playing, and yeah, just some, as well as some Diablo news. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoy your weekend. Thank you for watching. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thanks again. Keep watching and keep owning.